What is going on, people? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to another episode of just a weekly wrap up, just a nighttime wrap up. Today we're going to recap week 4 of the NFL season. We got a lot of big stuff. We got Ravens being back in business, Bears get their first win, Chiefs hold on, Bake Show, against the Eagles, and then the Jets stinking up the frickin' joint against the Broncos. So yeah, let's just jump into all of it, shall we? Okay, so the first thing that I do want to talk about, hold on, let me enable something right here. Yeah, enable that real quick. Oh geez. Are we still live? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I hit the button like we exit out of the thing. Okay. No, so let's get it first. Let's talk about Thursday and the Thursday game. I know we're going to do a recap tomorrow probably after the Monday Night Football games. But let's talk about first the Thursday Night Football game between the Giants and Cowboys. Excuse me. That ended to 20-15. I'll be honest. I don't even remember. I didn't watch the game. I went and actually played some Magic with my homies. And so that game, I have no context to how that game went. Which, whatever, it is what it is. Okay, Falcons versus Saints. Falcons were able to get it done on a young Waku last second field goal. And so they won 26-24. What else do we got going on? The Rams beat the Bears, which I jokingly in my NFL review for this season, no, not this season, this upcoming game, I joked because, Ravens take care of business. No, not Ravens. Rams take care of business against the 49ers, and the 49ers are supposed to be one of the best teams, and then how things work out, funny enough, it's like, hey, look at this, where it goes full circle, where this is an easy game, the Rams should win, Bears end up winning. Now, there is context to that because look at who the Rams are missing. The Rams are missing a lot of guys. There's already injuries riddling this team, which sucks. Absolutely sucks. I feel bad for them. Okay, now moving on. We got the Vikings and Packers. We got my boys. I'm a phony. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a big fat phony when it comes to the Packers. I had no clue Jordan Love was coming back this week. I thought after the scary injury against the Eagles, I was like, okay, he's done for at least 6 weeks. We're looking at maybe he comes halfway through October, maybe end of October, but we don't rush him back out there. So he played today, did have a good game. Lots of interceptions. Vikings were blowing him out, not going to lie. But the 22-point fourth quarter give hope, and I think the Vikings are pretty fraudulent at 4-0, and this is not me just talking as a Packers fan saying, oh, they're frauds. No, the Vikings, and I'm picking on the Vikings here in particular because the Vikings have gone 5-0, the Vikings have gone 6-0, and absolutely fallen apart. Another team that's been able to do that, this was long before Patrick Mahomes, but the Chiefs used to be a team that would do that with Alex Smith. I think the Steelers did it one year. The Steelers went 10-0 that one year back in 2020, and they fell apart. But I just think the Vikings got a long season ahead of them still. Sam Darnold is not an MVP. We need to get rid of that because there's no way. Even though there is this weird era of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people are talking about how this is the era of bust comebacks. I think it was KTO that talked about it, where teams that didn't succeed on their first team are making a resurgence. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, which I loved how the Sunday Night Football graphic showed the 2018 quarterbacks that got drafted, and then they just had to throw in Josh Rosen being a professor or something at a university getting his law degree or something. And it's like, ain't nobody gives a shit about that. Josh Rosen is a bum. There were 9, didn't he say there were 9 mistakes ahead of me? Yeah. And all of them would have picked those instead of you anyways. Okay. All right, Steelers and Colts, boring game, boring as hell, 24-27. I don't even remember. Okay, but then let's get into this Broncos versus Jets game. Holy hell. Stinky, shitty football. I'm not going to come on here, and I'm not going to act like Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. Like, this game was terrible. This game was. I'm not going to blame the weather. I'm not going to blame anything. Like, this is a game where, yeah, the Jets just stunk up the joint. Aaron Rodgers stunk up the joint. That offense stunk up the joint. The defense stunk up. Oh, the defense actually did pretty good. 10 points. That's pretty good for a defense with no context to the whole picture. Yes, there's the missed field goal at the very end, but there's a lot of stuff I think the Jets have to fix. I mean, they did take a break. I mean, they were off for they had a mini bye, and so for them to, have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then a whole week. Look at that. I'm noticing a trend. I'm noticing a pattern that teams that have a Thursday night game, look at how they come back the next time around. Some are really hot, some are not. Just saying. Or, gosh, we were sitting here not more than 6 days ago for Monday Night Football between holy shit, that was this past Monday. Bills versus Jags, and look at this. Bills show up. They get blanked by the Ravens. I'm not saying that they didn't prepare well enough for it, but, I mean, it feels like we were just sitting here, beginning of the week, yeah. It literally was a week ago, but yeah. Where Bills were the favorite team in the NFL. And look at what they did today where, Josh Allen's the MVP. He's the MVP frontrunner. And, oh boy, was he playing like that tonight. So, okay. Talked about Broncos, Jets. Talked about, Eagles, Bucks. All I know is that Saquon Barkley had an okay game for the Eagles. And Baker had 2 touchdowns. I do know that it was a blowout, but then it got real close there for a second. But then the Buccaneers pulled away. I don't really know how that game ended. I was watching Red Zone while I was editing a few things, so I was kind of paying attention, but not really. The Bengals versus Panthers. Bengals finally get their first win, 34-24. Again, look at that glaring stat of 24 points by the defense. Bengals defense there's a lot of stuff that they got to fix, but it is what it is. Okay, then the Jags versus the Texans, 24-20. I said this game had the chance to be stinky, and had stinky written all over it. The Jags are now out 0-4. I wouldn't say it's time to hit the panic button. Yeah, I know I kind of touched on that a little bit after the game when they got blown out by the Bills, but I still think we're about 2 or 3 games away. Not in the fashion that this Texans game was. I'm talking in the fashion of how the Bills blowout was. We're about 2 or 3 of those kind of games away from having a serious conversation where, hey, should we be looking for a quarterback? I think there's a weird laundry list. No, not laundry list. What's the term I'm looking for? Yeah, let's use laundry list. But there's a list of quarterbacks that I can think of where they're getting paid, but it's like, what have they proven to get this paycheck? Is it because the pressure of the media? Is it because of, it's a feeling, it's hope behind this payment? Because I'm looking at Jordan Love, I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence, I'm looking at Tua, I'm looking at, who else is a QB that just got paid? Can't think of it off the top of my head, but out of those 3 quarterbacks, what have they proven? Oh, Jalen Hurts. Well, Jalen Hurts did come off of that Super Bowl loss when he got his contract extension, I'm not going to lie. But there are a handful. Dak Prescott. Let's use Dak Prescott, for example, because you know me, I love pooping on the Cowboys. Where have these QBs proven that they're worth the 20, 30, 40 million a year that they earn? Where the playoff wins? Where the deep where the deep playoff runs, where the playoff runs in general, where the accolades like MVPs and Offensive Player of the Years and records. You see what I mean? I know it kind of makes sense, but it really doesn't make sense. But I just, I don't know. I kind of am under that weird, and I know a lot of people might not agree with that, which is totally fine. I'm under that weird umbrella of, I don't think Jordan Love has earned his contract. Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott. It's like but yeah, so that's just me. That's just me. All right, what's the next game to talk about? Oh, Washington versus Arizona. What year is this? Like Washington's all of a sudden really good out of the blue. But yeah, they beat up on the Cardinals 42-14. 49ers got a win against the Patriots 30-13. I don't think Christian McCaffrey played in this one. I still think we're talking about his lingering injuries with, it's not the quad, what is it? Isn't it his Achilles? It's his Achilles, isn't it? Because he went to Germany to get that fixed. Which shows, like, if he's doing like a last second surgery or something, or like flying out of the country to go get something done or fixed, to me that shows that, okay, this is a pretty serious injury. I don't remember, like, I heard it was what weren't they saying at first it was a hamstring? No, they were saying it was a calf. And so the fact that it's gone from calf to Achilles, I don't know. I'm not saying the Madden curse is real. Oh my hell, that's such a stupid. Mahomes broke the Madden curse. Mahomes has been on the cover of Madden twice, and look how many Super Bowls he's won since being on the 20 cover. So that doesn't exist. Okay, Browns versus Raiders, 20-16, an absolute stinker of a game too. Las Vegas. I did write this down. I know I'm looking down here because I'm kind of looking at the facts of the game, but also, okay, hey, talk about this game a little bit more than others. Don't just glance over it. Las Vegas had 20 unanswered points after the Browns went up 10. Again, the Browns decide Baker Mayfield was not their guy, and look at how successful Baker is being versus, having Groper Cleveland in the backfield. Hello, ba-dum-tsh. That's not my joke. That one is a Barry McCockiner joke. So all credit, credit goes to him. Okay. Then we got two more games. Yeah, the Chargers Chiefs ones, and then the Bills Ravens. I think the Chiefs versus Ravens one, I'm gonna do memes right after this. I'm not gonna live stream it because I don't want to get copyright claimed, because you know how they do music and stuff. But I saw one meme that I did saw that made me chuckle. Is it showed the Rashid Rice injury, and it's the one where there's the over the mic thing with Chris Collinsworth being like, that is a heck of a play by Mahomes. It's that one, but it shows him taking out Rashid Rice's knee. And it's like, they're even glazing him but the injury is unfortunate. Just a freak accident. Stinky game all over. I mean, it was, what was it, 10-10 heading into the fourth? So I don't even know who had the game-winning touchdown, essentially, that made it 17-10. But, like, Chiefs are struggling. And I don't know what the Chiefs need to do, but they got to get Travis Kelce involved. Okay, maybe in this game, Mahomes threw the ball to him 80 times and he dropped it 80 times. I don't know, but I've noticed that when Travis Kelce is not involved in their play calling and in anything like that, look how unsuccessful they are. Look at how just bad they are. They play bad football. I don't think a lot of people realize how good Travis Kelce makes that offense. Now, again, this year, yeah, he might be a little washed. He might be a little bit older, out there in age. But not more than 2 years ago, 3 years ago, dude was the best tight end in the league. I still think he's the best tight end in the league, up there with Kittle. It's like a boom, boom. And then that little third tier, a little bit under, Mark Andrews. Just, yeah. It's just like the biggest game of Kelce's career that I can still think right now off the top of my head is probably that overtime winner against the Chargers. So, that stupid. Yeah, anyways, it just, It's random. I don't know how the hell the Chiefs won. They're 4-0. I think they're the most fraudulent next to the Steelers and the Vikings. Like, I think all the teams that are still undefeated right now, it's like, what the hell is going on? Because you know the Vikings are going to lose one of these days. Justin Fields and the Steelers, like, come on. Oh, wait, they did. They lost today. Yeah, they lost today. Sorry, my bad. Colts did beat them, but it is what it is. Oh, Seahawks. But they're playing the Lions tomorrow, and that's going to be at Ford Field. I don't think Geno Smith's the dude that can go into Ford Field and get a win. Not on Motor City Dan Campbell, at least. Yeah, man. All right, then the Bills versus Ravens. Let's end this little nightcap recap of Week 4. Ravens versus the Bills. I think right now, of course I'm going to overreact. Of course I'm going to be dumb and follow. My flag will fly whichever way the wind blows. But I think right now, as we sit, after the loss to the Raiders, the Ravens were considered the worst team in the NFL. Which, before even looking at the memes, well, actually, have the Panthers won a game? Yes, the Panthers have won a game. So, Panthers beat the Raiders. Raiders beat the Ravens. And I think the Ravens are the best team in the NFL. But never mind. What I'm trying to say is, like, after the blown lead against the Raiders, everybody wrote off the Ravens. I'm just wondering where those haters are at now. Because if Isaiah Likely had a size 15 foot instead of a size 16, that's a touchdown. The blown lead, can't ignore that one. Like, that one was a blown lead. So we're looking at a Ravens team that is 3-1. You beat the Cowboys. You beat the Bills. I mean, I think it's really funny how fast and how quick NFL media writes teams off when it's like, dude, just sit and wait. The season is still very, very, very young. And we have hit the first quarter of the season. The first quarter of the season officially actually wraps up tomorrow. And so I'll probably do a recap there where we predict the Super Bowl from tomorrow, after tomorrow's standings with the Monday Night Football games. And then I'll probably hand out an MVP, Offensive Player, Defensive Player, Coach of the Year. Do probably a prediction from who I think is going to the Super Bowl. And, we're going to act as if the season ended. Boom. Right there. So the momentum of the Ravens winning, spoiler alert, they're probably going to come out of the AFC side unless they run into, I don't know, the Bills again, but it's at Buffalo. I don't know. We'd have to look through that and go through the prediction. Okay, but from the gate, Derrick Henry broke off that huge run right there at the beginning of the game, punched the Bills right in the mouth, made it 7-0. Josh Allen just couldn't get it. Luckily, I'm actually real glad. Like, I was worried there for a second with that throw where it looked like it might have been a Tommy John's elbow injury like Brock Purdy, because Kyle Van Noy just hit that sweet spot right in stride as he was throwing, and then he got body slammed by one of the D linemen. I think the Ravens just were too much for the Bills, too much for the Bills defense. Henry had 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson proving all the haters wrong, man. And I think it's still, and it's not going to change. Ravens, Bills, Bengals, Chiefs. It's going to come down to one of those 4 teams in the AFC side. Jets are a bubble because with performances like tonight, believe me, I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, Packers fan since the day I was born. Jets are still that, I don't know, because these guys haven't played long enough together. So they're that dark horse team, but it's between those. And then on the NFC side, Eagles, 49ers, and Lions. Realistically, there's like 7 or 8 teams that can actually get to New Orleans in February and play for it. And I think it's fun to watch the NFL and the media and everybody go, oh, look at this, oh, look at that. Everybody's going to write off the Bills, but it's like, look, Ravens caught them on a good night and made the most of it. So, yeah. What? And again, it's regular season. These games don't matter. They really don't. A lot of people say, oh, they matter because of seedings and stuff, and then the playoffs. what Pat Mahomes proved last year is seedings don't matter. Home field doesn't matter because look at what he did last year. I think probably one of the most impressive things on his resume will be the Super Bowl 58 victory. Better than Super Bowl 57, better than the MVPs that he had. Like, his playoff run alone was pretty freaking legendary because he beat the Bills, he beat the Ravens, and he beat the 49ers. The only other thing that would make that so much better and more perfect and iconic, as much as the NFL media loves him, is if he beat Aaron Rodgers and if he beat Joe Burrow. So replace the Dolphins game, Dolphins and Tua, throw that out, put in Burrow and the Bengals, put in Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Look at look at that gauntlet that he just went through. Look at that Dirk Nowitzki Mavericks type run that he just went on. But I don't know. I'm not, whatever. But yeah, I think, Ravens did good tonight. Bills are fine. Ravens are fine. Chiefs, they've got some shit they got to clean up on the offense. Jets are fine. They just got to clean up a lot of stinky shit too. So, anyways, that's all I have. Like, I know this was really random. This was short. I do not have work tomorrow. So be sure to, stay tuned tomorrow for another stream we're going to do. I still got to do a recap from yesterday's wonderful week of college football. We're going to stream right after this, and so stay tuned to that. That's why this one was a little bit shorter, because we're just going to segue into playing some video games after this. But, NFL Week 4, Quarter 1 is almost in the books.